Good morning everyone, this is BremSter and today I'm coming to you with a puzzle called Off Piste by ZegreS. ZegreS has returned to the community and apparently one of the first things he did is reached out to me and said, I've got a new puzzle he hasn't been setting for a while, so I'm looking forward to giving this one a try. So yeah, if you want to be able to jump my queue and basically have it be the very next puzzle I feature within like an hour of it coming in by email, be ZegreS. Only one person can do that. Actually, there's a few people who do this, but ZegreS has been a supporter of my channel from the very beginning, so it helps, particularly if you've taken a break and come back. Not every ZegreS puzzle gets immediately featured, but ZegreS hasn't been around for a while. I don't know one of these constraints, so I'm kind of a bit nervous again. I'm frequently nervous. I suffer from anxiety, can you tell? So yeah, this will be an interesting challenge for me. Of course, we just released Quads on Parade. Check out the pack below. Links to this puzzle, which isn't in the pack, as well as to the pack and a bunch of other stuff below that you might find interesting. What else is going on? I am doing some extra recording of videos at the moment, which will get released publicly at some point in the next, I expect about 3 months, but will probably, could maybe longer depending on what happens in my life. But yeah, if I get all of the puzzles recorded, though, I'm hoping to get them out by Christmas, but as I'm recording them, I am releasing them to YouTube members. So YouTube members are getting bonus videos at the moment. Yeah, they're puzzle solve videos from a puzzle pack that we released a couple of years ago. And when I've got them all, I will be releasing those. So yeah, lots of content being recorded at the moment. It will all get released for free at some point. I just don't know when. Let's have a look at Off Piste by ZegreS. So we've got normal Sudoku rules apply. In every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. Headless arrows. The digits on one end of each line is the sum of the other digits on the line. So for example, if this was the head of the line, say I do that, if this was the head of the line, then this digit would sum to what, this digit would have the same sum as those two. However, if this was the head of the line, then it would be the other way around. These two digits would have, this digit would have the same sum as those two. That's what I know, but I do not know which end is the head of the line. We also have X-Sums. So outside clues give the sum of the first X digits starting from the clue where the X is nearest. That's a weird wording of X-Sums, but anyway. So example, if row 5, column 1, I'm in the wrong mode. If this was a 4, then row 5, column 1 to 4, the sum of row 5, column 1 to 4, these would sum to 15. Whereas if this was a 5, then these 5 digits would have to sum to 15. If this was a 3, then those 3 digits would have to sum to 15. That's how X-Sums work. It's a little weird rules wording. I've been spending a lot of time working with other setters coming up with a standard rules lexicon. Some setters have started using it, some just ignore it completely. Some may not know about it. But yeah, anyway, that's the way it works. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. So I think I want to start with the X-Sums. Let's start with this 10. This could be a 1, I think. If this was a 1, this would have to be a 9, but then this digit would have to be a 10. And that doesn't work because 1, 9, this digit must be included in the sum of the arrow, and the arrow has a maximum sum of 9 because one end of the arrow is a sum. And if this is 1, 9, what would this be? This would have to be the sum of the arrow, and this would be 10 because I can't have 9 plus minus 8 equals 1. So this can't, well, it can't be a 1, but it can't be 2, 8 because 2, 8 would make this 10. Ooh, this is weird. This is very strange. If this is 2, 8, I think this is also broken. This is broken. How does this work? If this is 2, 8, what's that? Because I can't have 8 minus 6, 2, and I can't have 2, 8, 10. So that doesn't work. If this is 3, 7, I can't have 7 minus 4, and this can't be 10. If this is 4... Oh, hang on, it wouldn't be 3, 7. It would be 3, and then these would have to sum to 10. Oh! Then all of these would have to sum to 10. So this can't be 2. It could be 3, it could be 4. So this is 3 or 4 only. Because, yeah, this is 3 or 4 only. Because what I'm thinking about is X-Sums, but I can't do 2, 8. That breaks the arrow. Let's stop thinking about arrows and go back to thinking about X-Sums. I can't make this higher than 4, because if this is higher than 4, I'm adding 5 digits. The minimum 5 digits can be is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is 15. This is 3 or 4. Now, 15 clues, they can never be 2 because the next digit would have to be 13. So these are all 3, 4, or 5. They are all 3, 4, or 5. I can do 3 and then 2 digits that sum to 12. That's no problem. I can do 4 and then 3 digits that sum to 11. That's no problem. And 5 would need 1, 2, 3, 4 at the end. Potentially no problem. But 3, 4, and 5 are legal. 11... 2, 9, 3, and then 2 digits that sum to 8, 4, and then 3 digits that sum to 7. Doesn't work. This is 2 or 3 only. Because if I do 4, I need 3 more digits, and they would need to sum to 11 minus 4, which is 7. But the only way to do 7 is with 1, 2, 4. So this is either 2 or 3. So that's what the X-Sums gives me at the moment. But this 3 or 4 is interesting to me. So if this is 4, these would be 1, 2, 3. And I could do 4, 1, 3 with 2, and that would work. But if this is 3, these have to sum to 10. But I still need to make the arrow work. So if this is a 3, I'm exploring this. I can't do this in my head, and I don't mind. If this is a 3, these have to sum to 7. Now, 1, 6 wouldn't work because the arrow is broken. 1, 6. 2, 5 doesn't work. The arrow is broken. Oh, no, that does work. I could do 5 here, and then this could be 2, 3. And the arrow is 5, 2, 3. That does work. So I could do 3 or 4 here. 3, 3, 4 doesn't work. So this is either 3 with 2, 5, or it's 4 with 1, 3. That's really interesting. Now, this being a 1, 2, 3 means this can't be a 5, because this is, if this is a 5, this would have to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is not a 5 anymore. Oh my lord, this is tricky. If this was a 5, these would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So this would be lower than this, and this would have to contribute to a 5 sum. But I could go 4, 1, and then put the 1 here, and these could be 2, 3. That could work. So I think it's this. And this arrow. Or maybe it's this arrow. Is there anything forced onto this? If this is 4, 1, 3, how does this arrow work? Or if this is 3, 2, if this is 3, 2, 5, how does this arrow work? Because this arrow must have some sum that works. And there must be a low digit on that arrow. If this is 3, 2, 5, how do I make this work? I could go 1, 6, 7. If this is 4, 1, 3, this could go 2, 6, 8. No, there's no problem there. So it probably is this. if this is 4, these sum to 11. And that never works. Because of parity, that never works. Oh, that's genius. If this is 4, these would have to sum to 11, but this is an arrow. So those, whichever end is the arrow head, the other two digits have the same sum. So the sum of this is always even. So if this is a 4, these have to sum to 11, and that doesn't work. This is always a 3. Because, yeah, 4, these sum to 11, and how do you make the digits on an arrow, 3-cell arrow, where one is the head and the other is the thing, sum to an even number? The arrow would have to have a half total. So it'd have to be like 4, this would have to be 5.5, and those would have to sum to 5.5. It doesn't work. This is a 3, and these sum to 12. Well, I can't use 9-3. I could use 8-4. I could use 7-5, and they're the only possibilities. So 8-4. I can't use 8-4. So let's look at 8-4. I can't use 9-3 to get to 12. If I use 8-4, how do I do it? If it's 4-8, this would have to be 12, or 8-4, this would have to be 4. It can't be 4-8. This is 5-7. And it must be 7-5-2. I don't see another possibility. Because 5-7, because this has to be part of the sum. The middle digit is always part of the sum. So if this is 7-5, this would either have to be 12 if I'm adding those to that, or it's 7-5. And yeah, this can never be a 7. Because 7-5 would require that to be a 12, or 5-7 minus 2. This is never a 7. This is the 5, this is the 7. 7-5, this can't be a 12, so this has to be the 2. There's no 2 here, and now I can look at this again. Because this can't be 5-2-3. So this can't be a 3 anymore. Because 3 required this. 3 would make this 1 and this 5, and 3-1-5 doesn't work as an arrow. If this is a 3, this is a 1, this is a 5, 3-1-5 does not work as an arrow. This is a 4. There's no 5 on this anymore because this is 1-3-2. And the 3 here makes this the 1 and this the 3. That is amazing. Now I'm a little concerned about this arrow. But this one as well, because the minimum here is 5-6. So this has to be the head of the arrow. This can't be the head of the arrow. So let's color the heads of the arrows. That's a head of an arrow. That's a head of an arrow. This has to be the head of an arrow, because the minimum here is 5-6. So if this was the head of the arrow, these would sum to 11, and that just doesn't work. So this is the head of the arrow. But the minimum here is 3, the minimum here is 5. So this is 8 or 9, because the minimum here is 3 for the X-sum to work. The minimum here is 5, but the maximum here is 6. I can't put a 5 here because I can't make this 5. So this isn't a 5 anymore. This is a 3 or a 4. There must be a 2 on this arrow, doesn't there? Because otherwise, if there's no 2 on this arrow in one of those two spots, this becomes 5, 6, 11. There must be a 2 on one of these arrows at the end. And this is included in the sum. And it can't be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 2, 6. And it can't be 2, 8. So this is 2, 6, 8. This is a 2, 8 pair. And that's a 6. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 8, 9. There's no 4 there. There's no 8 there. That's a 9. And this is a 4, 8. And I can't make this Oh, this could be a 4 if it's part of the arrow. If this is an 8, this could be 1, 3, 4. But these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, and 7, which doesn't, unfortunately, narrow that down. So if this is 3, these would have to be 5 and 7. If this is 4, these would have to sum to 11. This would be 4, 5. If this is 4, this goes 4, 5, 9. 4, 5 is already 9. These would have to sum to 6. But these are 4, 5. If this is 4, look at this. If this is 4, this becomes 5. Because I can't do 4, 4, 8. So because I can't do 4, 4, 8 and 4, 6, 10 doesn't work, this becomes 4, 5, 9. Now, the fact that this is 9 is meaningless. Well, it's not meaningless, but this becomes 4, 5, 9. Great, no problem. This is if this is 4. This is broken, by the way. And the reason is this is 9, so these have to sum to 6. Well, how do I make 6? I can't use 1, 5. I can't use 2, 4. These both have to be 3. That doesn't work. So this is not 4, this is 3. These now have to sum to 12, and I can't do 6, 6. This is 5 and 7. 3, 5 makes that 8. That is so cool. Wow. Oh my lord, that is amazing. There's no 3 here anymore. So this is 4 or 5. So this is included in the 15 sum. I'm not sure where to look now. I can see that 4 is down here somewhere. I can see that 3 is up here somewhere. This is a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9. There's no 7 there. 7 is in one of those two. I feel this could be important. This is 8. This is 1, 3, 4. And that doesn't work. This can't be an 8. If this is 8, it can't be part of the sum to here. If this is 8, this is the total. And the only way to make the total of 8 without 2 is 1, 3, 4. But then this is 1, 2, 3, 4. And what's that become? I couldn't use a 1, 2, 3, or 4. This would be 5, 6, summing to 11. This can't be an 8. Because I can't use 8 and then 2 other digits, because then the other thing would have to be 10. That's the 4, that's the 8. And this is the sum. But the minimum here, well, this has to be a 1, because otherwise this is a 1. Because it can't be 2, 3, or 4. And if it's a 5, I'm already at 9. So this can't be 1, 2. It could be 3, making this an 8. It could be 4, making this a 9. But now I've got a problem. 4 and 8. If this is well, this can't be a 5 anymore, because these would have to be 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 4. Now 4, 9 puts me at 13, and these would have to sum to 2. So this is 4, 8. These now have to sum to 3, and they're 1 and 2. And this is a 3. This is amazing. There's no 3 here. These are 4, 5, and 9. Because I've got 1, 2, 3. These have to be 4, 5, 9. There's no 5 in the middle. I can't put 9 in the middle. The sum has to be at an end. That's a 4, and this is a 5, 9. This is amazing. So this X-Sum, actually I'll use a different color. This X-Sum clue is done. 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 The only one I haven't done is the 11. 2, 9, or 3 and 2 digits that sum to 8. Well, hang on. What are these 2 digits? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But I could still go 6, 6, 2, 8, 7, 1, 8, 7, 2, 9. Is it this arrow? Am I looking at this? Because this is in this quintuple is intersecting this and this. So what are these? 1, 2, 6, 8, 9. There's no 8 there. There's no 9 in either of those. 9 has to be over here. This is 1, 2, or 6. This could just be 6, you know, with 6, 2, 4. Or even 6, 3, 9, or, yeah. Is it this, though? Because this has to be part of the arrow sum. So it can never be a 9. Right. So it's a combination of these. Oh, this is going to be nasty. Because if this is 2, 9, what does this arrow become? If this is 2, 9, I could go 1, 5, 6. I could go 1, 7, 8. I couldn't go 6, 2, 8. So 2, 9 works. If I go 3 here, is that a problem? Because I'd need 3. So 2, 9 works. Does 3 break? Oh, hang on. 2 would make that 1, and this couldn't be 1. But this could be 1. So that's all fine. Okay, but if this is 3, what do I have available? These would have to sum to 8. 1, 7, or 6, 2. If this is 3, 1, 7, 3, 1, 7, 2, 9 works. So I don't see how to eliminate that. 3, 1, 7, 2, 9. 7, 2, and 9. 3, 1, 7 is 11. 3, 2... Sorry, 3, 2, 6... doesn't work. So this is quite limited. If it's 3, I think it has to be 1, 7. Because 3, 2... But remember, these would, if this is 3, these have to sum to 8. 1, 7 works. 7, 1... 1, 7 works. I can't do 7, 1 because the 7's not there. The 7 is not available. So 1, 7 would allow these to be 9, 2. 3, 2, 6 would need a 3 or a 2 on here, and I've used the 3 and the 2. I can't do one. Oh, hang on. 3, 2, 6. No, these would need to be 7. Yeah, it doesn't work because I can't make them 1, 7. I can't make them 2, 8. I can't make 3, 9. So 2, 6 doesn't work. 3, 3, 5 doesn't work. So 3 goes with 1, 7. So 3 does this. 2 means that this is a 9. And what are these? So there's no 2 or 9 on this arrow. So the maximum it could be is 8. 1, 7, 8. One, 5, 6. So there's always a 1 along here, is there? Because I could go 1, 7, 8. So 1, 7, 8 would work. 1, I can't go 1, 6, 7. I've got 2, 9 here. I could go 3. I can't go 3, 6, 9. I can't go 3, 5. I could go 3, 5, 8. In fact. So I don't even need to have a 1 along here. So 2, 9, 3, 5, 8 works, except the 3 couldn't go there and the 5 couldn't go there. Oh, but this can't be a 7. So hang on. 3 required this to be 1, 7, didn't it? Let's go back to that. 3. If this is 3, these need to sum to 8. I can't use 1, 7. If I made it 2, 6... Let's go back to this. 3 here. I can't use 1, 7. If I use 2, 6, how does this work? I didn't see this. If this is 2, 6... Sorry, this is mind-numbing. I can't put the 6 here because these would need to be 2, 8 or 1, 7 or 3, 9. And I can't do 1, 7. I can't... Right. So this would be the 2. This would be the 6. And what would these be? Can't do 4, 5, 6, or 7. So this doesn't work. I can't do 1, 3 here. I can't do 2, 4. I can't do 3, 5. I can't do 4, 6. I can't do 5, 7. I can't do 6. I can't do 7 to get to 9. And after that, I'm broken. So it can't be 2, 6. I can't do 3, 5, and 4, 4 doesn't work. This can't be a 3. This is 2 and 9. Okay, that's a little weird. So these are 1, 2, 6, 8. This is 2 and 9, which means this is 1 and this is 2. There's no 2 here. Okay, that was weird. Not seeing that 7 earlier kind of broke me. But now this X-Sum clue is done. So now it's just these arrows. Ugh. If this is 8, this would be 6. Well, there's no 2 here. So 2 is in one of these two. So if this is 8, this is either 1, 7, which it can't be, or 6, 2, which it can't be. That can't be 8. And if this is 8, it's either 1, 7, which it can't be, or 6, 2, which it can't be. So this isn't 8. These are 1 and 6. So this is a 5, which means this is a 9 and this is a 5. And that is the head of the arrow. 2 is in one of these two now. That's the 6, taking 6 out of those. That's 7, 9. 6 and 1 are not here. So this is the 2, this is the 8. This can't be the head of the arrow anymore. That is the head of the arrow. So these are 1, 3, 6, 7. 2, 1 would make this 3, so this can't be a 1 because there's no 3 available. 2, 3 would make this 5. 2, 6 would make this 8, which doesn't work, so there's no 6 here. And 2, 7 would make this 9. So this is 5 or 9. And this is only 3 or 7. Oh, there's no 6 here anyway because of this. 6 is in one of those two. Hang on, is there only one arrow I haven't done now? Let's look at this triple. Oh, it's a quadruple, in fact. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8. 3, 4, 6, and 8. There's no 4 there. There's no 3 in either of them. There's no 3 there. So that's a 4, 6, 8. That's a 3. There's no 4 there. That's a 6, 8 pair. That's a 4. There's no 4 in either of those. Wait a minute. This can't be a 6 now because then this... Oh, hang on. This can't be a 6. This can't be an 8. No, wait, what? If this is a 7, this is an 8 and this is a 1. If this is a 6, this is an 8 and this is a 2, and it can't be. If this is a 6, this is a 7, this is a 1. If this is a 7, this is an 8 and this is a 1. Or this is a 6 and this is a 1. The difference here is 1 or 2 and it can't be 2. This is always a 1. And it's either 6, 7 or 7, 8. Can that be a 6? If that's a 6, that becomes an 8 and the difference isn't 1. That's a 7. But that doesn't tell me what that is. Or which one is the head of the arrow. That's amazing. This is the 6. So these two arrows, I don't know which is the head of the arrow yet. Same here, as I don't know which one is the head of the arrow yet. The 7 makes that the 5 and that the 7. 5 is down here. Eight is in one of those two. Now I'm down to tricky Sudoku. This is assuming I haven't made a terrible error. I so want to push the button. The 1 makes this the 6 and this the 1. So this is the head of the arrow. I need to put a 3 in one of those two. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a 3, 4 pair. So this is the 8. And this is a 7. Taking 7 out of those. So these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's no 7 there. So 7 is in one of those two. Pardon me. 2 is in one of those two. Five is in one of those two. Is this from 5, 7, 8, 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can't be 6. 5, 7, 8, 9. This is a 5, 7, 8, 9 quad. And 8 must be in one of those two for it. So there's no 8 there. This is 6. This is 8, making that the head of the arrow. That's crazy. But 8 is not here either. There's no 8 here. This is 9, 7, which makes that the 8. This is not the 8 or the 7. This is a 5, 9, giving me a 5, 9 pair, making that the 7 and that the 9. That's nuts. This is a 5 or a 9. So these are 1, 2, and 6. But the 8 is looking across, making that the 2 and that the 8, making that the head of the arrow. The 2 looks back, making that the 6 and that the 2. I think I've done almost all of the arrows now, except for that one. These, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3 and 9. And these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Man, I love ZegreS puzzles. But they can be tricksy. Okay. Three is in one of... where's 3 in this row? This 3 is knocking out those. That 3 is knocking out that one. That is a 3. So this is a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. There's no 6 in either of those. That's the 6. The 5, 7 is making that the 9, which means that's a 7, and I can take 7 out of there. The 9 is looking up, making that the 3 and that the 9. The 3 is looking down, taking 3 out of there. The 7 is making that the 5 and that the 7, which is making that the 6 and that the 5. The 6 is looking down, making that the 1, which makes that the 3 and that the 6. The 3 is looking across, making that the 4 and that the 3. The 9 is looking across, making that the 5 and that the 9. 1, 2, and 4 go in, but there's no 2 in either of those. That's the 2. The 1 and the 4, don't know yet. But these are 1 and 4, and those I can resolve because I've got a 1 or a 4 already in columns. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 and 8 go in. The 5 looks down, making that the 8 and that the 5. This is beautiful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4 and 9. I'll use the 9 to make that the 4 and that the 9. The 4 looks up, making that the 1 and that the 4. The 1 in the box goes here, and this becomes the 2, and that finishes. I used to set Sudoku. I still do, but I used to too. Thanks for solving. 33 minutes. It's had 23 solves in one day. Now, what I expect is going to happen is I'm recording this to be released about 5 days from now because I record in advance, because that's just the way I roll, because I suffer from migraines and stuff. I think this is going to be solved by a much larger channel than mine before my feature comes out. Oh well, that's the way it works. This is stunning, ZegreS. I absolutely love it. Thank you for sending this to me. This was amazing. Just bear in mind that when I solved it, it had only been solved by 23 people. Beautiful puzzle, beautiful puzzle, beautiful puzzle. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Thank you, ZegreS. Absolutely stunning. Thanks everyone for watching, and as always, good luck with your solving.